Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown with some fun little team builds for the Dokkan Festival exclusive Super Saiyan Goku Mini Daima. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So of course, let's go ahead and start with card art. I do like Goku's card art better than Glorio's. Glorio's was pretty basic here. At least this one has a little aura going for it in the SSR. I actually maybe like the Glorio TUR better than the TUR here. But either way, again, nothing spectacular, nothing special. Let's go ahead and dive into the details. So this unit here is a interesting unit. When I break this down, I'll tell you kind of what I mean by that. It is a decent leader, but it has restrictions that kind of make things interesting. That either you're going to support your fellow characters or you're going to do more damage on how it's built. But let's go ahead and quickly look at the HP attack and defense. 19-1, 16-6, and 11-3, very similar to the Glorio. One of the things here that makes this unit nice, it does have a lot of categories. You have Pure Saiyan's Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, Goku's Family, Pure Saiyan's Kamehameha, Super Saiyan 2, Turtle School, Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond Super Saiyans, Bond and Parent and Child, and Earthbred Fighters. So you could just slot them into many of these teams here, but again, you do have a little bit of restriction. Let's go ahead and dive into the full details here. Leader skill, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers. I think they could have added something different here. I don't think we needed Transformation Boost or Dragon Ball Seekers 200% leader. Earthbred Fighters, we needed Earthbred Fighters or something of that nature. It would have been very, very beneficial if we would have had Earthbred Fighters at 170% with the 30% for Pure Saiyans and Accelerated Battle. They could have just kept that, and we would have had a much better leader. It's fine, but again, let's talk about the limitations. Greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage to the enemy. And then you have raises allies attack by 41% for 2 turns, which is very, very strong. Okay, very strong here. So if you're going to run this in first position, you're going to be able to support everybody on the turn, and of course everybody on the next turn as well. But if you're running him in second position, because you might want to do that, you're going to do more damage and then only buff one of the characters on the turn. So you kind of see a little bit of the restriction that I'm talking about here. So the passive skill is activates entrance animation, reduces damage by 20%, and a chance of evading enemies' attack by 20% for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. So you can easily put this in first position to start off with, because you are going to take 20% less damage and have the opportunity to dodge additional 20%. Key plus 3 attack defense 200%. Now we're seeing this very standard is the 200% standard boost. You have reduces damage by 30%. That's where the 50% is going to come from in terms of that first turn. High chance of evading enemy attack, which turns into a 70% chance with the 50% 20%. And you have here in the first position, so in the first position you're going to have defense 100% and chance of evading enemies attack 20%. So you're going to have what, the first turn you'll have 90% chance as the first or second attacker in the turn, and then if you are in the second attacker in the turn, you're going to get an additional 100% and launches additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. This isn't as important unless you want to do more damage. But the very important thing is you want to make sure that you are in that first position. Generally, if you feel like you're gonna take a lot of damage, because having that 100% is very, very strong, and that additional 20% to dodge is going to be very strong here. But if you just say, hey, I'm fine in the second position, let's go ahead and throw them in the second position and do that additional damage, right? So anyway, let's keep on going. Alright, you also get an additional defense 200% when receiving an attack. That's very beneficial. And then attack 50% up to 200% with each attack received or evaded. So one of the reasons why you want to at least start off in the first position is you're going to at least have the opportunity to boost up this attack. And again, first or second position you're fine at, in the second position you're going to get that additional boost there. So each attack, receive, or evade is going to be most important. So in that first turn, just put him in the first position. He'll dodge 90%, or he'll damage reduction 50% on there. So he's going to be just fine. And then you can move him to the second position if you want that additional attack boost. So starting from the character's next attack turn from when the character evades 5th in the battle, or starting from the 6th turn of the battle, plus an additional 159% to attack, and then effective against all types. So yeah, once you get to this level here, the amount of damage you're doing is quite a bit. But again, in that super attack, you are going to help a lot in terms of increasing the other individual's attack boost there. So, and I believe this is as a multiplier. I don't know if this is, well, this actually could be the attack 41% down here as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and go down to active skill here. Massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. It's just basically super Kamehameha, can be activated once the character evades 5 or more times. I would definitely wait until, of course, or you have to wait until you get this additional boost. So not only that, once you're able to do the active skill, you should be at this level as well. So so it's basically the same level of activation as the additional 159% to attack and effective against all types. Yeah, so there you have it there. Link skills, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, all in the family, prepare for battle, fierce battle. So again, solid unit, very good. Nowhere near, I would say, the value of Glorio, but in certain situations, you know, you can slot him in slot 1 or slot 2, and he's just going to do very well. So besides the slot position, he doesn't have any really other restrictions. So on the teams that I mentioned over here, you can just put him into really any of these teams, and he will be just fine. So let's talk about how to do the team builds here. So the team builds, again, very interesting, that you do have to look at making sure that you're in slot 1 initially and then move to slot 2 if you want that additional 100% to attack and the opportunity to do another super attack there. So again, it is a 2-turn buff, so that next turn those units are going to get a lot of additional boost there. So just kind of keep that in mind in how you design or how you're playing this unit on here. So it's not kind of like a unit where you just, you know, let it be in the same position over and over again. It all really depends on the situation, so which is fine. It keeps it a little bit more active. So the first team you can kind of run here is and I put him in the second position, which is funny, is this team here, and I don't know why I put him in the second position. So you're running Broly's, Tech UI Goku, stuff like that, and you know, all in all, you know, solid. When you have Glorio on the team, it makes any team really, really good. So I'm just gonna move them over this way, and again, you can kind of move them back and forth. So this one links at least fine on that end. You can kind of, oh, okay, so you can kind of move them to first or second position. Another team that you can kind of run if you don't have like the INT Broly, you can just say, okay, let's go ahead and slot the Janemba on there. Now Janemba, he's best in slot 2, so you're just going to keep Goku in slot 1. They're not going to link very well, which isn't, you know, all that optimal, but you do have that type of option on there. And that's one of the things that you kind of realize on this team, the Goku team in itself. Optimal ability is just not really all that great, especially on the 200%. It opens up a little bit more when you go 170% here. Now, you can run pretty much a full Broly team here as well. Of course, when you go domain, Goku does get affected. His dodge mechanic isn't going to get affected, so of course that, you know, stays true at 70% and then 90% in that first turn. But of course his damage reduction and his taking damage once you go domain into the Broly's there could be problematic. But ultimately, again, it's fine. Now, one of the things I'm thinking about here is if these two units easy A and they're really strong units, they can either run in first position or second position. We hope that this makes the team a lot better. If that happens, then I think this team becomes a lot stronger overall. Bench strength, flexibility, mobility on that end. I think I just need like 1 or 2 more really good units that can actually link well with Goku, which would be fantastic. Which I think the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, they're transforming Super Saiyan 3 Goku, links okay, right? Okay with the Daima Goku. So when you open this up to 170%, you're gonna run maybe something like this, which looks a lot better. I don't know why I have most of them in second position, just to maximize attack, I guess. But you're gonna link better like this. So this one opens up a lot of units. For example, you can run the AGL LR Jiren. You can run the physical Gogeta. So units like this, it does open up for at least the floater position. I think the main positions are going to kind of generally stay the same. Or you can run something like this here, where it's mostly Realm of God units trying to link up there, which is, again, a bit more beneficial. Now, the OG Blue Fusions, those units, of course, are temporarily boosted, and, you know, they will probably not as as useful in this team once the temporary boost, which is going to run out next month, goes away. I was trying to mess around with some extreme class teams on here. It just did not work very well. You can run a Janemba, full power Frieza maybe as a floater position. If you want to run the Boos, you can kind of run that, but most of them kind of have this restriction of like power absorption and Majin Buu Saga and stuff like that. So not all that flexible this team is, unfortunately. But hopefully, if those 2 EZAs do happen with Majin Buu Saga, Buu, and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, it can open up this team a lot better. So I think this unit here as a leader is fine. This team is workable. Does it make it to the top 10? We'll kind of mess around with that. It does have Glorio on it, so Glorio just makes every team better in that support position. So if you can't run Glorio on this is I would say it wouldn't be a top 10 team, but Glorio is such a powerful support. You know, it might sneak in. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, Goku, a solid unit overall, but I would definitely, if you were to summon for one or the other, Glorio is the one to target. This is more of a luxury unit than a required unit. I think if they made this a Earthbred Fighters leader, then it would be more of a required unit, because you would want to definitely run a Earthbred Fighters team because it has so many great units on there. But being Transformation Boost and Dragon Ball Seeker is not as important. So anyway, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.